Well, what's going on, Blues Nation? Well, man, the season is over. But what a game, a heck of a game this was. Losing, though, 4-3 in double overtime as the Winnipeg Jets, the President's Trophy winners. Congratulations to them, they move on to the second round, and that means that the home team won every single game in this series. And yeah, and man, the Jets scored 2 goals to tie the game with under 2 minutes remaining. They had the net empty, and twice they scored 2 goals in under 2 minutes to tie it up and send it to overtime. And it wouldn't be almost until the very end of the second overtime period when the Jets would finally get the game-winning goal. And yeah, we had lots of chances in this game. Both teams did, but one team was gonna win, the other was gonna go home, and and uh, if we would have gotten that empty net goal, which would have put us up by 3 or 2 goals, that would have pretty much sealed it. So, and it could have been a lot different story, obviously. So, um, yeah, man. So we would take the lead early, a 1-0 lead early on. Jordan Kyrou with his third goal of this series. The assist by Colton Parayko and Pavel Buchnevich, both with their fifth assist to put us up 1-0. So it was early on. There's still a lot of game left, but that was an outstanding start. And then we would then go up 2-0, goal scored. The first goal of the series for Matthew Joseph, who was not in the lineup the past couple games due to just coach's decision. He played in Game 6, but had only played in Games 1, 6, and 7 now. And yeah, so first goal of the series for Joseph. So that put us up 2-0. And the first career playoff goal for him also. So a great start. And it wasn't even halfway through the first period. So I'm thinking that if we scored again in the first, that the Jets, it looked like that they were probably going to take Connor Hellebuyck out of the game again, as they removed him from all 3 of the games in St. Louis. Thought they might have done that if we would have scored again in the period. But it didn't happen. The Jets get on the board at the 11:41 mark of the second power play goal by Cole Perfetti, his second of the series, to make it 2-1. Then at the end of the second period, we would go up 3-1. Goal scored by Radek Faksa, his first of this series. The assist by Nathan Walker, his third point of the series. So that would put us up 3-1. And so that was huge. So, really think that we needed another goal to really ice it heading into the third. We had chances for sure. With the net empty, the Jets make it a 1-goal game. 18:04 mark, goal scored by Vlad Nemestikov, his second. And then, with 3 seconds remaining, the Jets would tie it up 3-3. Goal scored tipped in by Cole Perfetti, his second of the game. And yeah, so that would tie it up 3-3, and had a lot of chances. If we would have just had that empty net goal go in, that would have sealed it for sure. So it'll go to overtime. First time playing in overtime in this series, and that meant that the next goal scored was going to end the series and send whoever wins move on, and whoever loses goes home. And had chances in the first overtime, had a penalty kill, Braden Shen, a penalty for a delay of game, but the Jets would not score, so a great job there. And so it'd still be tied, so go to a second overtime. And by the way, the last time that the Blues played in a overtime game in a Game 7 was back in Game 7 of the 2019 second round against the Dallas Stars almost 6 years ago. And in that game, Patrick Maroon, the St. Louis hero from St. Louis, had the game-winning goal in that one. And Maroon actually just announced his retirement from hockey. So, and finally, at the 16:10 mark of the second overtime, the Jets would get the goal scored by St. Louis native Adam Lowry, his third of the series. The assist by Neil Pionk and Kyle Connor. So, man, heck of a game, heck of a series. This was some series. Back and forth series. I mean, the games in St. Louis really were lopsided, but in the games in Winnipeg, they were very tight. Binnington was outstanding, 43 saves. Connor Hellebuyck, after allowing those 3 goals in the third period and overtime, was outstanding. So, yeah, you knew it was going to be a very tough loss no matter what happened for either team. And fortunately, that happened to us, but, this was still a fantastic season. I mean, what a season this was. I didn't even think we would make the playoffs, to be honest, when the season started. We didn't make a whole lot of changes in the off-season last summer. Brought in a couple of players, but they weren't like big-name players. And we fired head coach Drew Bannister a month into the season, just about a month into the season, and then Jim Montgomery took over after being let go by the Bruins. And then, he basically turned our season around, and, at the time of the Four Nations break, we were totally out of a playoff spot. And then we went on a long streak, 12-game winning streak, longest in Blues history. And, so just, what a season. Definitely wish, we could have moved on and eliminated the President's Trophy winning Winnipeg Jets, but it is what it is. So, but what a season. Connor Hellebuyck, like I said, very good in the third period and overtime. 26 saves overall for the likely Vezina Trophy winner again, and potential Hart Trophy winner for MVP of the league. So, so what a season. So technically we will head into next season still having our home winning streak in progress. Still have not lost at home since late February, which ironically was to these Jets back at the end of February. So, so what a game, what a comeback by the Jets. Place was pretty quiet, when we got those early goals, and then, the crowd came back once they scored to make it a 1-goal game, and then really came to life when they came to tie it up with like the second remaining. So so now the Jets will face the Dallas Stars in the second round, and now for us, head into next season with high hopes. Have Jim Montgomery now as a full-time head coach, so definitely looking forward to next season, and see if we make any major changes, but never know. So so what you guys think about this season and this series in general. Just making it to the playoffs was definitely a success. I knew it was going to be tough. We were the bottom seed in the conference, but I mean, to actually make it to the playoffs and force a Game 7, I think is pretty amazing. So, and so many similarities to what we had in 2019. Being totally out of a playoff spot. Went on a long winning streak, but fortunately we get knocked out in the first round. But hard fought series. So, and the Jets have very, very good team at home, and yeah, and they proved it. So, but yeah, so till next season, yeah. So till then, comics were saying, as always, go Blues. Stay tuned for more videos, I guess.